welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the E.L.F 12 Days of Advent Calendar. If you do want to see a review, a demo, and unboxing, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. I purchased this advent calendar when they first released it for $45. It's currently on sale for $21.60. E.L.F also released a 24-day advent calendar. This is currently on sale for $45.60. It says the original price was $76. But they also said that the 12-day advent calendar retailed for $36, but I paid $45 for it. I did want to mention that just in case if you might be interested in the 24-day advent calendar. I do want to read a little bit about this advent calendar on E.L.F's website. The countdown is on. This limited edition 12-day advent calendar makes a perfect gift for the E.L.F indulgent ones on your list. Behind every door, you'll discover holy grail skincare essentials, must-have makeup tools, and makeup products in season-perfect shades to keep you celebrating all season long. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. The packaging is reflective, so you can see my ring light. So sorry if the camera is blinding you. Here's what the front of the advent calendar looks like, and then here's what the back looks like. On the back of the advent calendar, you have a little description, all of the details and the ingredients of the list of products that are included. It does state down at the bottom that this was made in China. Let's see what's behind day number 1. Behind day number 1, we have the Wow Brow. I love this eyebrow product. This is in the shade Neutral Brown. I love the spoolie and I like this shade. Let's see what's behind day number 2. Here we have the Seriously Satin Lipstick. Here's what the front of the packaging looks like. It says E.L.F. On the bottom of the lipstick tube, you have the shade name. This shade is called Sugar Plum. Here's what the shade in Sugar Plum looks like. Really beautiful. Here we have the shade in Sugar Plum. It's this beautiful berry. There's no heavy scent or fragrance in this lipstick. I had the shade in Sugar Plum in my collection. I recently decluttered it. I wasn't using it, and I think it did have a little bit of a rancid smell to it. Let's see what's behind day number 3. Here we have the Holy Hydration Face Cream. Here's what that looks like. It's very thick. Love this moisturizer. I think they just changed the packaging. It's nice and thick and it absorbs very quickly. Well, it used to absorb quickly. They might have changed the formula. There is a slight fresh scent, but it's not overpowering. I'm gonna remove the days that we've already opened. That way I don't get confused. There we go. There's 3 empty slots. Let's see what's behind day number 4. Here we have their bite-sized quad in the shade Berry Bad. Here's what the back looks like. I'm going to be creating an eye look with this quad. These bite-sized eyeshadow palettes came out last year. I wish E.L.F would have included a newer shade in this advent calendar or something holiday themed. This color scheme doesn't scream holiday in my opinion, but I'll quickly swatch it for you guys if you haven't seen my review on these palettes. Here's what the first shade looks like. Here's what those 4 shades look like. Let's see what's behind day number 5. We have a blending brush. The bristles feel nice and soft. Moving on to day number 6. Here we have the liquid glitter eyeshadow in the shade She's So Cold. I love the double-ended wand. I wish it was a little bit bigger. Here's what the shade in She's So Cold looks like. Very pretty. Day number 7 looks like it might be the Poreless Putty Primer. Let's see if I'm correct. It is the putty primer, but this is the luminous version. Here's what this looks like. Same packaging as the original. Here's the original Poreless Putty Primer. I wish they would have changed the packaging or made it a different tint. They both have a pink tint to it. Let's open up the luminous one. Yeah, it's pink on the inside. Here's what that looks like. Actually, let me grab a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, it has the same tint as the original. It has some glitter specks in it. I'm not sure if my camera's gonna pick it up. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand so you guys can see. It does have a dewy finish. You want to swatch the original right next to it. Here's the original Poreless Putty Primer, and then here's the dewy one. The Luminous Primer does have those glitter specks in it, whereas the original one doesn't have that. It just has that matte finish. Let's see what's behind day number 8. We have a Makeup Mist and Set Setting Spray. These setting sprays are just okay in my opinion. Let's see what this spray is like. Yeah, I don't like the spray. I will set my entire face using the setting mist once we create the eye look. Let's see what's behind day number 9. This is my favorite lip balm from E.L.F. Here's a closer look on what the lip balm looks like. This is their Ride or Die lip balm. This is in the shade Grapefruit Goals. I think I tried this scent before. It does have a safety seal. I love this lip balm. It's nice and thick. It keeps my lips hydrated. I'll actually apply a little bit on my lips. I love that grapefruit scent. It smells so good. Just to give it a little bit of a glossy finish. I love how juicy my lips look. The only thing I wish this lip balm had is that little nozzle. I'll show you what I'm talking about. My Summer Fridays lip balm has it. This little nozzle here, I just wish the E.L.F. one has it. Every time I use this lip balm, I always have to use my fingertip, apply some on my fingertip, and then apply it to my lips. I honestly thought E.L.F. would have updated the packaging by now. Moving on to day number 10. Here we have one of their lip lacquers. This is in the shade Fantasy. It comes with a double-sided wand. Here's what the shade in Fantasy looks like. It's basically a clear gloss with a ton of shimmer. Let's see what the lip gloss shade in Fantasy looks like. Apply it on the lips. This shade is pretty. Moving on to day number 11. Here we have the E.L.F. Total Makeup Sponge. This makeup sponge did come in last year's advent calendar. I did use the makeup sponge to apply my foundation today. Here's what the makeup sponge looks like side by side. This one I didn't dampen, this one I dampened and used. I did apply my base makeup using these 4 products from last year's calendar. I'm going to show you how I use those products and then we'll come back here and unbox day number 12. I just finished cleansing my skin. For moisturizer, I'm going to apply the E.L.F. Hello Hydration Face Cream. Here's a closer look on what that looks like. Let me open this up. I like their face cream. This is nice and thick. I have a little bit on my fingertips. I'm going to rub it together and then moisturize my skin. I like how thick this moisturizer is and it does feel nice on the skin. This moisturizer was in last year's calendar. This is not the exact same one. I think I got this as a free sample or as a free gift when I purchased the advent calendar. For primer, I'm going to apply the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. I think in this year's advent calendar they included a poreless putty primer as well. I'm not too sure, but we'll definitely see when we do the unboxing. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. I just purchased a new one just for this video, because I think I decluttered mine or I might have used up mine. Here's what it looks like. Again, what I like to do is warm it up between my fingertips and then apply it to my skin. You don't need a lot of the primer, a little bit goes a long way. In last year's advent calendar, they did include a makeup sponge, so I purchased a brand new makeup sponge from E.L.F. This is called their Total Face Sponge. Here's what the packaging looks like. Here's what the makeup sponge looks like. I'm gonna wet the sponge and I'll be right back. I wet the makeup sponge and it looks like it's tearing apart. I don't know what happened. I did bring it out underneath the water and as you guys can see, there's all of these marks. It's ripping. I've never used one of their sponges before. This is kind of disappointing. I still want to see how the makeup sponge does apply my foundation. For foundation, I'm going to apply my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Toffee Pecan. This is my favorite foundation. Whenever I'm filming a YouTube video, this is the foundation I'm wearing. If I'm not wearing this foundation, I'm normally doing a 1 week's wear test on a different foundation. I'm going to apply this all over. Here's what the foundation looks like blended out. You The sponge absorbed a ton of the foundation. Normally when I use a dampened beauty blender, you can still see the foundation on the beauty sponge. I normally go in with 2 layers of foundation. I'm gonna apply a second coat, and I normally focus it where my hyperpigmentation is. I'm waiting, I do my brows. So this is the Wow Brow from E.L.F. This is in the shade Natural Brown. Again, I got this from last year's advent calendar. This is not the exact same eyebrow product. I did purchase a newer eyebrow product. I don't use a lot of this product. Buff out my eyebrows a little bit. By the time I'm done doing my eyebrows, I go back in using my makeup sponge, and then you see how it gives it a little bit more coverage. Again, the makeup sponge has absorbed a lot of my foundation. I'm gonna set everything with my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. Here's what everything looks like. For bronzer, I'm going to apply the ABH bronzing powder in the shade Saddle. There we go. Now I look a little bit put together. For blush, I'm going to apply the E.L.F. Bite Size Face Duo in the shade Pomegranate. This is their blush and highlighter duo. I'm just going to apply the blush shade in Pomegranate. This is one of my favorite blush shades from E.L.F. It does have a little bit of shimmer. That blush shade is so pretty. Here's what the blush shade looks like. I love this pomegranate shade. It is gorgeous. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Essence Lash Princess Volumizing Mascara. I don't think E.L.F. included a mascara in this advent calendar this year, or even in last year's advent calendar. Here's what we're currently looking like. My final thoughts on the E.L.F. makeup sponge is that I don't like it. It absorbs way too much of my foundation, and the sponge is ripping apart after I washed it. Let's jump back into the video. Let's see what's behind day number 12. Here we have an eyelash curler. I don't really use eyelash curlers. I just apply my mascara and then I'm out the door. My final thoughts on this year's advent calendar is that it's the same as last year's advent calendar. I have last year's advent calendar right here, and you can see I barely used some of the products. The makeup setting spray I didn't use from last year. The lipstick I didn't use from last year. This one I was looking for, I couldn't find it. The liquid glitter eyeshadow I never reached for. I already have this color story in my collection. This is just a duplicate. And the eyelash curler I never used. The Luminous Putty Primer retails for $9. The Bite Size eyeshadow retails for $3. The liquid glitter eyeshadow retails for $5. The mini Holy Hydration face cream retails for $5. They just changed the packaging for this year, and I think they changed the formula. The Wow Brow gel retails for $4. The blending brush retails for $4 as well. The Seriously Satin lipstick retails for $3. The Total Face blending sponge retails for $6. The makeup setting mist retails for $5. The lip lacquer retails for $3. The Ride or Die lip balm retails for $5. And the eyelash curler retails for $3. When I totaled everything up, it retails for $55. Again, I purchased this advent calendar for $45, so I saved $10. I definitely think E.L.F. should have included a mascara in this advent calendar. I know E.L.F. recently has the Big Mood mascara. I would have loved to see that mascara in this advent calendar. I also would have liked if E.L.F. included a blush shade in this year's advent calendar. That's some of my thoughts with this year's advent calendar, so let's go ahead and create a look using this mini bite-sized eyeshadow palette. Using that blending brush that came in the advent calendar, I'm going to dip into the first shade, taking that shadow, going back and forth in the crease, doing windshield wiper motions. This shadow is super pigmented. I like how that shadow blended out. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other eye. Using that same brush, I'm going to dip into the lighter shadow in the palette, pack this shade all over the lid. Using my finger, I'm going to dip into the second shadow, apply this all over the lid. I love these mini palettes from E.L.F. Nicely pigmented. There's no fallout. It's a really pretty shade. Using that same blending brush, I'm going to dip into the second to last shadow and apply this in the inner corner. That really brightened up the eye look. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Lash Princess Volumizing Mascara from Essence. Here's what the eyeshadow looks like. Before I end the video, I do want to set my face using the E.L.F. setting mist. The setting spray was a little bit aggressive, but that's totally fine. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this advent calendar. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.